Yo, this is Bam. What's up? Listen, I'm looking for a church home, and I'm wondering whether or not I'll be welcome in your church. Whether or not it'd be all right for me to come by and hang out. I want to tell you what's kind of got this on my mind is, my girl is getting ready to have a baby, man, and I've been thinking about Jesus and thinking about changing my life, straightening some things out. My grandmother used to take me to church, so I've been thinking about, putting it all together. But hey, I'm a banger. I've been a banger my whole life since I was real small. As a matter of fact, my initiation was different from most because I got family members that were into the game. You know what I'm saying? And instead of, like they were supposed to do like 60 seconds with 5 different dudes, man, they went out and got these big dudes. And I had to do 60 seconds with 5 big brothers. I mean, they beat me down. That was my initiation into the game. But I immediately, because of my family, got some rank. But I'm thinking about making a change in life. I'm thinking about turning some things around, but, I don't know whether or not y'all will accept me or not. I ain't talking about dressed like I am now with all my garb on, man. I'm talking about coming in there with, dress hip-hop, but coming in just as me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got a violent past. I ain't gonna lie to you about that. I've hurt a lot of people. I done shot folks. I've done a whole lot of things. My life ain't been perfect. But I'm trying to find out whether or not I'll be acceptable. I mean, the reason that I'm driving this ride in the first place is because, I put together $50,000 deals every week, but I'm thinking about giving it up because I got a baby on the way, man. I got to be thinking about some other things. When I first got into the gang, man, the gangs had Debs, Queens, whatever y'all might have heard, they had all the girls that you could handle. I mean, that was a serious draw to be a part of the gang. A serious draw. But I made the decision, to do this on purpose. I didn't need no draw. I wanted to follow in the footsteps of the people that I knew. But, I told y'all in the last video about my mama. I told you that I've had a rough life. But I'll tell you something that I didn't tell you. See, my uncle is my daddy. That's my background. My mother was being molested by my uncle, and here comes Bam. And that's just how my life has been laid out. And my mama, instead of getting justice, was told that that's just life. Well, I ain't sure if I want this life anymore. But the question is, would I be welcome in your church? Because I'm looking for a church home. And I tried a few churches. And I ain't kind of down with the way some of y'all have treated me and treated some of my boys. I tried to go to the bathroom at a church there. Just let somebody else go to the bathroom. I got ready to go. Dude told me, you got to take that to the other side. Why? I mean, why can he go to the bathroom when I can't? I mean, why is he welcome? I ain't have all of this on. But what was this all about? Then I tried to go to another church. I came in there with my boys again. We was dressed hip-hop. Ain't nobody had on no colors or none of that stuff. But we came walking into the house. And man called the leader of outreach, talking about, we got to sit over here on this special side instead of being in with the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't understand that. It don't make any sense to me. And then we went to another church, the last one that I went to. I'm sitting there with my girl. We being cool. I don't know if the preacher recognized me or what was up with that. But this brother, his whole sermon was about Bam. His whole sermon was about me. Listen, I didn't come there to hear that. I came there to hear the word of God. I didn't come in there for somebody to preach me. Look, I know I'm a banger. I know what my life is like. And I didn't come walking up in there for him to take his text and talk about me. Doesn't the Bible say in Luke 14, somewhere in there, it's talking about, God told the people, Jesus was talking about going into the highways and the hedges and to look for people like me. To get people like me to help. It says in Matthew chapter 9, somewhere around there, that Jesus himself was sitting with publicans and sinners. People just like me. That means that Jesus was sitting with the hoes, that Jesus was sitting with drug dealers or whatever it was at that time. He didn't care. But y'all seem to have a chip on y'all shoulder or something, and y'all seem to care. So I don't get it. My friends are bangers, all my friends are bangers, but you need to understand something when it comes to being a banger. To come to your church costs me something. It ain't just somebody that you don't know about or understand sitting in your congregation. In order for me to come into your house, and if I make a decision that I'm not going to be in the gang anymore, that could mean my life. So the last thing I need is to be coming into your house, you treating me crazy. I mean, look, I'm just looking for a church home. I'm just looking for a place to come and worship. I've heard people talk about prophecies where they said that it was going to be people like me that's going to change this world. One from among them, this brother was talking about, that I saw out on the street. That I can better go and get people that are like me. This man by the name of Elder Miller out in California was telling this story one time. He was preaching a revival in New York, and what happened was he got the leader of the gang. She was a queen of the gang. She got saved in the revival, and 40 of her gang members, which was all of them, got saved. I mean, we want a life too. And it is possible, but you can't be throwing us away. Now, one of the reasons that I'm thinking about coming to church, let me tell you this story, and then I'm done. I had a girl once. She wasn't having a baby or anything like that, but we were thinking about making a life for ourselves, and we were going to make a break from the gang and all that. I wasn't talking about going to church or anything like that, but she had started modeling, and she was modeling for this company that sold the 40 ounces, And so she had a pretty face, a picture and everything on a poster. And somebody that was after me decided to go after her instead to get to me, to hurt me. And they killed my girl. As a matter of fact, as far-fetched as this may sound to you, I mean, this ain't one of them stories you're going to hear on the news, because I don't want to let you know that this goes down. She was inside a building with some of her other girls, and they threw a grenade in that building and blew her and everybody else in there up. And so that's got me thinking, now that my girl is pregnant, I don't want that to happen again to my girl or happen to my baby. So I'm thinking about making some changes. So let me ask you this question one more time. Not with all of this on, not looking to be banging or anything like that. This Sunday, if I came to your church, would there be a place for me and my girl? Would we be safe? Would we be okay? Hey, I'm Bam, and I'm looking for a church home. Bye. I'm out.